Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce RTX 3060 Ti 8GB GPU in Diablo 4. This one is the Founders Edition model of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers as usual, and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Ups. GPU Z resizable bar is also enabled right there, and over on the left, we're pairing it with the Ryzen 7 5800X 3D and 32GB of RAM, 3600MHz CL14 in dual channel. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's go over the settings first. I'm playing at 1080p. We're also going to test this one at 1440p, 4K, and 8K. Of course, 8K is just for fun. And we're using the 100% resolution scale. DLSS is turned off right now, but we're also going to test that out. And the Ultra settings, which is basically maximum settings in this game. Let's go now. Alright, here we go. So at 1080p native res, this is just a dream, my friends. When it comes to FPS, it is really high, above 150, pretty much at all times. Obviously, if you come across a big boss and stuff like that, things will probably drop because of the effects, but not to a concerning level. It's gonna feel buttery smooth, and a game like this is super playable even with like 30 FPS. As I showed yesterday, I could play with the 4070 at 8K for a bit at like 20 FPS. Because the mouse itself, it stays at the monitor's refresh rate, so that's great. It's kind of like Dota 2, for example, in that regard. Oh, there's a big fiery Arctic bear. That's kind of weird, but I guess these boys are very hot. That's why they live very well in the Arctic. There we go. And I feel kind of bad killing him, honestly, because they're endangered species, you know? But, okay. I am a complete noob at Diablo. If you guys watched my previous video on the RTX 4070, it was the first time that I was playing it. So, I didn't even know that you used the mouse to walk around. Oh boy. Okay, we got a lot of these bastards right here. And this game has frame generation, but you definitely don't need it with a 3060 Ti or... I mean, it's super easy to run, so you don't need it with anything, honestly. Maybe with like the GT 1030 it would be nice, but not here. By the way, GT 1030 coming up next, okay, with the 2012 CPU. So we can see what that's capable of. A budget build, kind of. Because CPU is overclocked, so it's not really that budget, but still. Oh yeah, let's write the spiders. We've been here already with the RTX 4070. It's gonna be a big boy, just in a little bit, okay? Oh, it's a big spider right there. There we go. Explode some things. Is this the same area as the big boy? Spider host! Well, he died really fast this time around because we upgraded our lightning things. Oh boy, I'm almost dying. Okay. Set them on fire. Kill all of them. Come on. There are tons of them here. Little spiders, man. Jesus. You know what? This is quite fun. It's kind of chill, actually, to play this game. Just clicking things, seeing some nice effects. Well, not so nice because we're still at the beginning of the game, but wow, that was beautiful. Okay, that was a nice effect for sure. But yeah, I kind of like it. I could see myself playing this game a lot just for fun, you know. Also, VRAM seems to be completely enough here at 1080p res to play at max settings. It's not really spilling too much. With the RTX 4070, I was a little bit worried because by the time we tested 4K, it was spilling a little bit into the RAM, you know, the information that should be stored on the VRAM. No problems in terms of VRAM either. 208 frames per second. Do you even need DLSS here? Of course not. But let's try it out anyways. All right, quality. Oh, wait a second. Let me just enable DLAA just to see how it looks. A bit over-sharpened. I actually think it looked better on native. And it is getting less FPS with DLAA as well, right? Turn it off. We were getting like 150. Yeah, it's getting a little bit less FPS with DLAA. So don't use DLAA. I think it looks better with the native resolution or even DLSS because it's not as over-sharpened. Although you can actually play around with the sharpening value right here. DLSS gives us around like, what, 30 more FPS. You don't need it unless you have like a 240 Hz monitor, which I would say you also don't need for a game like this. But what do I know? I just started playing Diablo yesterday. Maybe people are really, really competitive in this game. I don't know. Okay. Get inside of the house. Ooh, we're getting so many less FPS here inside of the house. It's a little bit of a cutscene right now. With music. So we need to turn off the music, please, editor. Now we're seeing some different angles, some different textures here. 140s or so it's up to. Still, obviously not a problem. This is the Hermit, isn't it? Hello there, Crispa. How's it going? Up close actually looks decent. Some things, like the door is terrible in terms of textures. But the axe looks very good. Okay. This is like the most intensive part that we've been to yet, so I'm actually gonna disable the DLSS to see how many FPS we can get at native res. Oh, it's about the same, no, 20 less FPS. I'm seeing that DLSS as well as frame generation don't improve your FPS by a ton. Some other games do give you a bigger improvement in frames per second. Speaking of native resolution, let's set it to 1440p. We're now at 2560 by 1440 resolution, still using the same maximum settings without DLSS at the moment. And instead of getting 140, we're down into the 90s. But once again, this is still buttery smooth, obviously, and super playable. 130s right here. No more stormy weather, by the way, and now it's finally daytime, so we can see things a little bit better this time. Let's go. Let's go. Fallen people. Just die. You're not gonna rob me of my gold, are you? Like, if I kill them, I want the gold. Or vein. That looked like a giant poop, not gonna lie. Okay. And that as well. Okay, let's go. Walk over the corpse. No, he didn't explode this time. What the hell are they doing? Oh, they're reviving. Okay. That's what this guy does, so we gotta kill him first every time. Oh, there we go. So we found a little settlement here with people that are really big. Okay. All of them. Oh, what are you doing? Hello there. Are you alright? Oh, okay. Very interesting. FPS are very similar still. Higher than what we saw inside of this little guy's house. Now we can enter the castle of Kyovashad. It's gonna be great, guys. But see, even at 1440p, well, VRAM seems like it's spilling a little bit, honestly, because the RAM usage is slightly higher than it was at 1080p. But 16 gigabytes of RAM will still be enough for this. So that's no problem. Let's walk around here for a little bit first. Yeah, it's not intensive. What? This guy has no legs. Is it supposed to be like that?
My neighbor is bewitched.
Ah, it was his neighbor. Okay. Oh, let's not go to his house then. His neighbor, he's a very bad person. Let's stop it there. FPS don't seem to change by all that much over here. And let's enable some DLSS on quality, which looks great at 1440p. Yep, that's alright. It's a little bit over-sharpened still, but I mean, it was slightly over-sharpened even at native resolution, to be honest. It's starting to stutter a little bit more here in these areas. And you can see that VRAM usage went down while the RAM usage went up. So that means that it spilled a little bit of information into the system RAM. But I mean, it's just, it doesn't really affect the overall experience by too much. And it also happened on a 12 gigabyte RTX 4070, so yeah, what do you need, like 24 gigabytes? I saw somebody telling me that the 7900 XT with 20 gigs was maxing out at 20 gigs of VRAM usage as well. A little bit of stuttering there. Oh, and now the FPS went down like crazy. What the hell? Why is this so intensive? You get like half of the FPS, less than half. What? That's so weird. Alright, if you want to play at 1440p, you definitely can with an 8GB card. RAM usage is going over 16 gigs right now, so if you have only 16 gigabytes of RAM, you might stutter a little bit more than what we're seeing right here. Oh, there's Roach here. A horse. Call it by its name. It's Roach. Every friendly horse is Roach. Anyway, That's it for 1440p. It runs very well still. Let's go up to 4K resolution. Oh, I don't have 8K over here. I will need to restart the PC to select 8K. That's right, I reinstalled the drivers after the 4070, so yeah. 3840 by 2160, not with quality DLSS, with native resolution. Oh, we can actually go up to like 200% resolution, which is 8K. Oh, that's a lot of tearing. That's because we're near the 60 FPS mark, and this capture card, I saw the legs disappearing there. It's interesting because the shadows also don't cast if he doesn't have the legs. Oh, no, he does. Oh, it's only when we get close to him. That's very interesting. The LOD is not really working properly here, guys. Anyway, inside of a house, we already saw that it does drop into the 50s, right? Yeah, 57. Still playable. It looks really sharp right now. And that RAM usage is going up even further, okay? Anyway, let's stop it there. This is not as good of an experience just because of that screen tearing. I can't really do anything about it, I'm sorry, unless I record internally with software. But if I do that, it's gonna drop the FPS by a little bit because, you know, software does reduce FPS. I'm using a capture card, and a capture card, whenever I set it to G-Sync, so it doesn't tear, the end recording is stuttery, so there's that. But I did enable VSync right now, okay? So we don't have any tearing and we get kept 60 frames per second. There we go. That feels smooth and no... Come on, mate. Everybody doesn't have legs. Are you serious? Oh, boy. But yeah, you can still see the GPU utilization. If there's a little bit of headroom, you'd be getting slightly higher FPS than 60s. And of course, if it gets maxed out, that means that the FPS are going down from 60. 90 GPU usage. Again, in like a boss fight or something, it will probably drop from 60 FPS.
Apologies.
Because it already drops sometimes. Look at that GPU usage, getting really close to 99. Let's stop it there. I think at 4K resolution, I would go with some DLSS, honestly. So let's set that to quality first, see how it looks, see how it runs. Those textures, man, those are really detailed on the carpet. Those over there, they are very lackluster, right? But the carpet looked insanely detailed. Not anymore, though. That's interesting. Okay, I kind of want to kill monsters, game. Come on, give me some bosses and effects and stuff. Okay, I can't really... Oh, who is this guy? Is this an actual player? Yes, it is! It is an actual player! You can see other players here. I didn't know that. That's how much I know about Diablo, guys. Oh, hello. Now we can shoot the things. There's Roach! I saw Roach there! Come on, buddy! Don't run away from me! Oh boy, so many of them. Again, they just completely ignored the guy on top of Roach. That's the real antagonist that you should kill. Not me. What the hell are these guys? Alright, finally seeing some more action. We're killing them bastards. Come on, come on. Oh boy, what the hell happened? Okay, now never mind. Every time you get a skill point, everybody dies around you. That's very interesting. Feels alright, guys. It did stutter a little bit by the end of the town, you know, when we were getting out of it. But now it's fine, and it's getting around 100 FPS with DLSS. Anyway, so no need to play with less than quality DLSS. If it drops from 60, I would do like balanced. Actually, let me just check out how it looks on balanced. Around like 10 FPS more, 10 to 15. Oh, hello there, Arctic Bear. I really don't want to kill you, buddy, but, well, sometimes bad things are needed for us to survive. I am losing my mouse. I wish the cursor was a little bit bigger here, you know? Because at 4K it's too small, and I am using a 42-inch monitor. So if you have like a 27-inch 4K monitor, the cursor will probably be really, really tiny. Anyway, this is balanced DLSS at 4K. It still looks really good, actually. Very sharp, and it's getting around 115 to 120, I guess. So not a problem here for a 3060 Ti. I'm gonna go ahead and close this, exit Diablo, and I'm gonna set it to 8K next. All right, oh boy, 19 FPS right here. This is where we saw like 25 gigabytes of RAM usage with the RTX. Oh, they were still using balanced DLSS with the RTX 4070, by the way, at native 8K using max settings. So this is a terrible idea. This is just a terrible idea with 8 gigs of VRAM, obviously. But we gotta see it, guys. It's getting 5 frames right now. Obviously, no GPU was made for 8K gaming, aside from like the 3090 for some reason. Oh boy. Well, at least the mouse is still at 60 Hz, although even tinier this time around. So I can't really see it very well. And we're back to 19 FPS. Okay, so the game heard me. Great stuff. But yeah, for some reason, Nvidia targeted the 3090 at 8K gaming because of the 24 gigs of VRAM back when it came out. And then the 4090 is so much faster, but they didn't really talk about 8K gaming on that card. Although it's quite capable, you know. I have tested the 4090 here in the channel. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. But a lot of games will work at 8K, especially if you use DLSS. You can even get like 60 FPS in some titles, which is insane. Okay, there we go. Oh, hello there. Oh boy. Okay. Just gonna stand still and click all of you to death. Yes, that's the best course of action. More of them. Oh, wow. Imagine being out in an area like this in real life and you see these things running at you. Jesus Christ, I always just crap my pants. Okay. Oh my, so many of them. Oh, damn it. Right. Can't wait to have like a big explosion or something in my skill set. Yeah, this is definitely unplayable. For some reason, it's using less RAM than with the 4070, but again, that could be because of a different area. And let's do performance DLSS, which I feel looks really, really good at 8K resolution. It's basically the same in terms of looks, honestly. Like, I can't see a single jagged edge even with performance DLSS. I mean, even at 4K, I didn't see any, so that's fine. But it was slightly over-sharpened still. Getting 40 FPS, are you serious? That is really impressive for a 3060 Ti, guys. At 8K with performance DLSS. Obviously, at this point, the game is rendering at a much lower resolution, but still, it looks very, very good. Wow. Stutters slightly sometimes. Can I kill this? Oh, yeah. Vampire bat, whatever that is. Okay. This is not the way of the quest, though, but I don't care. I'm enjoying the game at 8K with a 3060 Ti. Not bad. Really not bad. See, this is what you get if you have... Oh boy. A game that's actually decently optimized, and whenever it runs out of VRAM, it just doesn't stutter all over the place. Wait a second, I'm starting to understand. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Okay, oh, it's a ton of mana, actually. But alright, we're finally unlocking some new stuff. That's beautiful. What else can we do? We can't really use frame generation. Oh, maybe it was with frame generation where the 4070 used like 27 gigabytes of RAM, because frame generation also utilizes a lot more VRAM. Ultra performance. On ultra performance, you can see things are becoming a bit softer. It's like using balanced DLSS, maybe balanced DLSS at 4K. Let's go. Oh, that doesn't kill them instantly. I don't like that. Maybe I need to change my attacks again, because these take a lot of mana. Okay. Anyways, that's been it for this one. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next one very soon with another Diablo video. See you then. Love you all. Bye-bye.